So in the last two small talks, I have talked about the basic concept of adhesives, and in the second talk, I have talked about the wettability of the adhesives on the different surfaces. And in this talk, I want to talk about the non-destructive testing for adhesive materials after application. So there's two type of test. One is a destructive test. For example, the mechanical test like tensile test, the impact test. These tests will usually test the material until fail, so it's destructive test. Even with a destructive test, we wouldn't see if the adhesive has intimate contact or not. So usually there should be a combination of the non-destructive test and the destructive test to see if the wettability of the adhesive on this surface is great or not. While we can judge from the surface tension of the adhesive comparing with the surface tension of the adherent, but still you have to visualize them, or to using the test to know if there's air trapped in the if there's any air trapped in the interface of the adhesive and adherent. So for the non-destructive testing, first thing to do is visualize test. Just to look at the appearance on the surface and the joint. If there's any voids or porous structure, if there's no voids or porous structure on the surface and the joint, doesn't mean that inside of the area which you cannot visualize do not have voids as well. For adherent, the surface is always rough. If you enlarge the area big enough, you will always see a rough surface. So there will be cleavage, there will be channels, there will be holes. They're always rough if you enlarge the area large enough. So this area will sometimes trap the air. So first thing, you will use good wettability adhesive on that surfaces, but you never know what if there's air trapped in, and then you apply pressure on the adhesive and adherent. You apply pressure to get rid of the bubble, but doesn't mean that you will be 100% successful. So so that's why the non-destructive test is necessary. And we just talked about the first thing is to visualize the appearance. The second one is to tape test. Tape test take experienced engineer or chemist like me. So they will tape the adhesive surface to see if there's any void, or to hear if there's a sound of the void or not. But that test is usually for the big voids. If it's small voids, you wouldn't hear too much, echo, or or called whatever sound it is. So if you can hear something, then ultrasound test is a must. You have to do an ultrasound test. Usually, ultrasound energy can pass through the adherent and adhesive block without a problem. So usually you put a transmitter and a receiver on the other end of the block. So a transmitter transmit the ultrasound energy, a receiver to receive the energy. And if there's no voids, it should pass through easily. But if there's air trapped in, then the energy cannot pass through efficiently. So that's how you do the ultrasound test to determine if there's air trapped in or not. That's basically the non-destructive testing for adhesives.